and welcome to PBM Investments podcast. We're going to talk about literally the news of the week that's happened and go through the demo account that I showed you before on the IGN index. That's all about what's been going on for the past week. First, the news. Jaguar Land Rover is temporarily shutting down a couple of its plants here in the UK. It's saying it needs to do that because of semiconductor issues with microchips. So, as I said to you before in earlier podcasts, there's actually been a semiconductor shortage, which semiconductors go into microchips that literally go into everything else that's to do with connecting to the internet, such as sat-navs in cars and checking out the storage space in fridges, anything along those lines. That's what we need. And that's mainly because there's a shortage of things like nickel, copper, cobalt, various raw materials that go into semiconductors. So keep an eye out for any sort of price rises in semiconductor companies and things of that nature. Next, HBO signed up in its first quarter over 2.8 million new subscribers. That's over the course of the first quarter subscribing sales and subscribing subscriptions. Lots of subscribing there. Over the course of the first quarter. Obviously, HBO Max launched with Justice League, the 4-hour version, and it's doing steadily well. Also, Palladium is actually hit an all-time high. Should forget 2 years, an all-time high. And that's deemed to be because of a strong automotive sector. So that's actually enabled Palladium to reach record levels. But as I said to you before, what goes up must come down. So look out for things that might indicate that it's going to go down. Because yes, it's been going up for quite a while. But as I said to you before, it doesn't go up forever. And normally when those retracements happen, they happen quite hard and fast. And if you're a short seller like me, who does quite a bit of spread betting, it could be well worth having a look at. Next, we'll be going through some interesting news, actually. So back a few years ago, back in 2008, other than the subprime mortgage scandal and Northern Rock closing down, there was a little story that I wasn't aware of, actually, about the postal workers, the sub-postal workers. Now, this week, or last week just gone, there was a High Court ruling to say that 39 of the workers who were convicted of fraud and stealing money from the post office has had their convictions overturned, which is fantastic news. It was felt that because of the accounting software issues by the software company Horizon, that has actually made people feel that these people are guilty. So you got to imagine, for 2008, a lot of these people got custodial sentences. They've got sentences that stopped them from literally going to different jobs, stigmas attached to not just themselves, but their families break up, marriage breaking up because of this perceived idea that these people have committed crimes, when really it was a technical glitch, as I said before, with Horizon Software. So they got a lot of their convictions overturned, which is a good thing and something to bear in mind moving forward. And finally, a gold bull run has continued. And if you've noticed, it's been going on for about 2 years. That's right, 2 years of it going up and up and up. It's at around $1,750 per ounce, which is astonishing. And again, look at it this way, similar sort of thing with palladium. As much as it's been going up for the past 2 years, there's always been a few retracements, and I've actually shorted gold previously on those retracements back down to its previous resistance levels or support levels. So as much as it could continue to go up, especially as hedge fund managers are looking at safe havens to invest their money, always look out for those dips and those retracements. And that's almost it. We'll be going through a bit of detail about the companies that have done well over the last week, according to the PBM index. So over in the US, SVP Fin was up 12.10%. Coty was up 10.09%. Seagate Technology was also up 6.0%. XLNX was up 5.18%, Intel was down 5.89%, and Kimberly-Clark was also down 5.34%. In the Eurozone, there's only one company that went up, which was Wartzilla, and that was up 7.03%. And that's literally it. We'll be going into a bit more detail about the demo account, what's worked well for this week and what's not worked well for this week. As always, thank you very much for listening and watching. If you obviously have any comments, please do so after the video is finished. Please like the video as well if you obviously like the content and want me to do more. If you have any questions as well, please send me a query or a link or DM me about any sort of questions on stocks, anything about the demo account as well. I appreciate it. Take care, have a fantastic week ahead, and we'll see you soon. Bye. Hello, and here we are. So we're going to go from the history of the demo account first and foremost. And as you can see, the 23rd of April all the way down to the 21st, there's been quite a bit of activity in terms of long interest and keeping these positions open. We did have Admiral Group that actually did well, so that closed at a profit of £306. So that did okay. Let's move along to page 2. Page 2, as you can see, hang on, sorry, apologies. Let's go back to page 2. Page 2, as you can see, long interest over the course of the 21st and 20 is all there. Stock borrowings, long interest for US and Canadian shares, £18. But justeattakeaway.com, I put a sell position because I felt that it would be going down after it went up. Thankfully, it's just £1,000, but that was a bad trade from me. Didn't go in exactly the right direction. And as you saw earlier on page 3, it's literally just interest on what was put on before. And now we're going to go into a bit more detail about the positions that are open and what's been going on. So here we go. And here we are. So we have some positions that have opened up. So I had I think it was about 15 before. Now we've got about 21. Now, as I said to you before, a couple of positions closed, so we may have had more. So let's have a look at the positions that are open, see how they're going on. So from Morrison's all the way down to Renshaw Group, them 4 going very strong. Them are the quarterly rate ones, so the ones that have dropped out of the FTSE 100 and 250. I told you in previous videos, those companies that do so, they normally do well for 3 months, so it's well worth buying. So that's exactly what these are doing, and all of these are doing quite well. Johnson & Johnson all the way down, I would say, to Robert Walters are part of a year-long experiment, really, just to see if certain parameters that I've chosen or I've seen will work out, and these companies fit certain parameters, but you got to hold them for a year. So from Robert Walters all the way up to Johnson & Johnson, it's looking pretty good. All of those are doing well except for Print Group. Let's have a look at McFarlane Group. That is also doing okay. Slight profit there. Royal Mail is one of the only ones that I'm selling, and that's kind of fluctuating. It's at a profit at the moment. BAE Systems, slight loss. We go a bit further down to the ones that I'm holding again for a year. Again, some of them are a bit lost, but I've only just opened them up recently. And Massimo Corp is doing quite well. And Money Supermarket as well is a slight loss. All in all, profit, a rolling profit of 12,595. So that's not too bad. Next, we'll be talking about certain watch lists and if there's any ones that or any sort of positions that maybe you should be looking into.